It's December the 28th. That means in 5 days' time, I'm going to be starting my 16-week marathon training block. And today's video is all about reviewing 2023 and looking at how I'm tackling London Marathon 2024. So if anybody has not caught my videos before, I am Matt, I'm an average runner, and I love making content all about running. In January 2023, I started my 16-week training plan with an aim of running a sub 4 at London Marathon 2023. Unfortunately, 10 weeks into that training, I had an ankle issue which took 4 weeks for it to right itself, and by that time I had lost pretty much all opportunity of setting that sub 4 and getting around London safely. So I made the tough decision to defer that entry to next year, which is 2024, and that's where we find ourselves today. In 5 days' time, it's going to be the 2nd of January, and that is my first run day of my 16-week training plan for London Marathon 2024. My goals haven't changed. I've had a really good 2023. I've had a few little niggles with one of my shins, which I'll come on to later on, but overall, I've had some good running. I've been consistent with my running. I've set some PBs, which I've not done for a while. I set a 5k PB and ran 21:58. I ran close to my half marathon in PB in October, where I did the Valencia half marathon and got around in 1:49:50. So I was only 62 seconds off my PB there. So overall, I've been pretty consistent. I've had some good running. I've done a lot of low heart rate running, which again, if you've not caught any of my low heart rate running videos, please click into my profile and look at the playlists. I've got a ton of videos on how I've been doing endurance and base building through low heart rate running. And overall, 2023 has been really good. December, I have seen some niggles in my shins, so I've decided to take a quiet December. I've kept my legs turning over with some basic easy running. So I've rested, I've relaxed, and I've kind of let those legs heal because I want to hit the ground running come 2nd of January and when my 16-week training block starts. So how am I tackling London Marathon? Well, again, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I've opted to use the Runna App. Now, I have been coached in the past by a proper running coach, which was brilliant. The support and one-to-one you get from a running coach is absolutely brilliant. More recently, I've just been running on my own, setting my own kind of sessions and paces and my own programs basically. But to run Valencia half, I opted to go with the Runna App, and I signed up to their 12-week plan, and it was brilliant. I have to say, I've done a couple of videos, so I'll link them in the description, so make sure you go back and watch those. The sessions were really good, and I managed to get through 10 weeks of my 12-week running plan for the half marathon, and then came down with man flu. And I ran once in week 11 and 12, and I still went out and ran a 1:49:50. And I do believe that if I'd managed to get through those last 2 weeks training on my training plan that the Runna provided for me, that the Runna App provided for me, I would have ran my half marathon PB. Now, my half marathon PB I got in 2018, and I've come nowhere near it since. So I was really happy with the way the Runna App has been structuring all my running, and I've decided, after reviewing lots of different options, from bespoke plans, from one-to-one coaching, from the apps that you get from like London Marathon, etc., to go with Runna again. So I have signed up to their dedicated London Marathon 16-week program. I've already fed it into my phone, and I've got all the weeks here ready and waiting. They're all kind of on here, and I'm going to go through them in a little bit more detail now. And yeah, 16 weeks, total mileage is going to give me a 468 miles in those 16 weeks. And I fed some details in here about my past races, how often I want to run, and it spat out a time that it thinks that if I stick to the plan and stick to the paces and everything goes well, what time I will get round London Marathon. And we'll touch on that in a little bit. But today's video really is all about how Runna is structuring my training, and basically asking the question is, if I stick to that plan, will I run sub 4 at London Marathon? Now, my current marathon PB, I don't know if you can see that there, is 4 hours and 50 minutes and 45 seconds. Now that was done at Valencia in 2018. Now that year I ran my first ever marathon at London. Significant shin issues, did about 6 weeks worth of training, had never run a marathon in my life. It was my first one, and it was that year that was really, really hot. And I ran just under 6 hours. I think I did 5:50. Hang on, it's on here. It's on here. Marathon 5:59:03. I have to say it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. I was completely unprepared. I wish I was making content at that period of time, because it made for a great video. I just got to 11 miles. I'd done quite a few kind of half marathons and was running around 1:55. So I felt like I'd do like a 4:30, 4:45. But I got over Tower Bridge and I just died. The heat was unbearable. My fueling, I didn't even know how to fuel a run. I was pretty much a hobbyist runner. I wasn't really taking it serious in 2018, and it just destroyed me. But I crossed that finish line thinking there is no way this is going to be my one and only marathon. I'm going to do another one. So I trained for 6 months. I did the Valencia half marathon the same year in December, and I ran my PB time. Well, actually, it's going to be my PB time because I've only ever done 2 marathons, which was, and I'll again bring it up on here, 4:50:45. And since 2018, I've not done another marathon. 5 years, haven't done another marathon, and next year I'm going to do 2 again, and I'm doing exactly the same as I did in 2018. I've got London Marathon in April, and I've got Valencia Marathon in December 2024. One thing that I want to show you, I'm going to take my watch off to show you this, because this is the thing that's driving me. If you can see that, let's get it into the light a little bit. Okay, so my Garmin tells me that I can run a 5k in 21:43. Now my PB is actually 21:58, so that's not far away. It says I can do a 10k in 45:03. My 10k PB is 47, and it tells me I can do a half in 1:39. My PB is 1:47. Now my marathon, Garmin thinks I can do a marathon in 3:27. You know what? If I have 16 weeks worth of training, proper training, without falling down injured, getting ill, I'm not saying I'm going to run 3:27, but it's going to be in the threes, high threes. I'd be happy with a 3:59 at the moment, to be fair, but if I really dedicate the next 16 weeks off the back of 2023's training, I honestly believe that I can run a 3:45. And that's not, I'm not saying that's my goal for London, because it's not, but the capability is there. I believe I have the capability. Even at 50 years old, I believe I have the capability to run a 3:45. So, however, for London, I'm setting a sub 4 goal, which will be a massive 50-minute PB, and I'm going to leave it there. And then I'm going to see how I get through the next 16 weeks and how the race pans out, and then we're going to look at Valencia, which everybody knows in the running community is one of the fastest marathon courses in the world. And yeah, maybe I might try and match up to my watch, or even what the Runna App is telling me, that it thinks I can run a marathon in based on my half marathon time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly jump into the Runna App, and I'm going to show you how it structures the marathon plan, and go through week by week, just kind of skimming over week by week, not majorly in depth, because all my follow-up videos are going to be in depth on the week's training that I've just completed. And I'm just going to show you how it's all set up in case you're thinking about doing the marathon training plan provided by Runna. Okay guys, so here we are, straight into my own phone. Rather than doing a digital, I'm going to show you a live version of my own phone. And as you can see, I've already signed up to the marathon plan, and this is week 1, which I'm going to dive into shortly. So I'm going to go into my plan overview, and go into the plan introduction. So this is my dedicated TCS London Marathon plan, which gives you all the details there. And basically I put in, this is the time that I've put in now. I've put in my current half marathon time, which I set in October of this year, which is 1:49:50 now. Based on my half marathon time, Runna feels like I can run a marathon in 3:34 to 3:43. So that's what it's going to be setting my pacing at. So through the interval sessions and the tempo sessions, etc. is going to set my pace according to be able to run a 3:34 to 3:43 time. So as you can see, it's a 16-week plan. It's going to have me running 468.3 miles over those 16 weeks. And you can see here that we've got all the weeks broken down nice and easy, so you can see what you've got on what days. Before we go over that, I'm going to go into the manage plan option here so you can actually see how I've set this up. Now, when you're setting up your plan, you can select the different levels that you want to go on. You can have a beginner, intermediate, advanced, or elite. Now, it gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what's what here. I've selected the advanced because I regularly run at least 10k, and I do some structured training, including intervals and tempo sessions. So for me, the advanced matched my current abilities. You then do get the opportunity to enter in a race time. Now, I've used my half marathon race time. You can put a 5k in or a 10k in, or you can even put a past marathon time in. So, for example, let's do this. If I changed this to let's change this for funsies. So my current 5k PB is 21:58, and let's just update that, and you can see there it's rebuilding my plan based on my current 5k PB. So it's still asking me how many times per week I want to run. You can run up to 6 days using the advanced model. If you go into elite, you can run up to 7 days. What days you are able to run. Now, I can run every single day of the week. What day you want your long run to be on. I want my long run to be on a Sunday because that will match race day, and you get to put the date in, which is the 21st of the 4th, which is London Marathon Day. You can choose to run in kilometres or miles. I'm a miles type of guy. We'll come on to the strength plan in a bit. And start the new, oh no, hang on. And then let's see what it's done to my time. So, as you can see, because my 5k PB is 21:58, it now believes that I can run a marathon between 3:28 and 3:37. So actually, if I used my 5k time, my marathon predicted time would come down. I don't necessarily want to do that. I want to stick with my half marathon time, which I set earlier this year, which is 1:49:50, which I feel that best represents my current distance, longer distance endurance capabilities. So as you can see, building my plan again, all the details are the same, and if we go to the plan overview, it's now thinking that I'm going to be able to run between 3:34 and 3:43, and I think we're going to keep with that, I think, at the moment. So I think that's probably the best match to what I have in my locker at the moment. So as you can see here, I've got runs on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and I've also introduced some S&C through the Runners S&C program on a Thursday and a Saturday. So basically, I am working out 6 times a week, and I'm having every single Monday as my rest day. So every single week, you can see here, training days are exactly the same. My run days are exactly the same. Now, if you ever wanted to change that, you can rearrange your week, okay? So Monday is definitely a rest day. Now, if I was out on that Tuesday, I could quite easily move that up. Move that to a Monday. And say, for example, I couldn't do my long run on a Sunday. If I wanted to, I can move it up to a Saturday. So the flexibility to move your runs around on the app is actually really quite good. And I like that, and I've used this facility quite a few times, to be honest with you. So this is going to be the main screen that you will pay a lot of attention to. This is your week-by-week plan, and you can check there that all your weeks are listed down here. And if you want to quickly scroll through weeks, you can scroll through here. And every time you do a session, so you've got 6 blocks across the top. When Tuesday session's done, it'll blank that out, and every session that you do will blank out. So if we look at our plan overview, and we look at the mileage, week 1, I've got 20.9 miles. Week 2, 22.8. Week 3, 25. And then we drop down. So every kind of 4 weeks, we're building, and then we're dropping down a little bit. we're building, we're building, we're building, and we're dropping down a little bit, just to give your body a little bit of time to rest and recover on down weeks. So my week one, let's look at week one in a little bit more detail. And you'll get a flavour of the type of sessions. So Tuesday is always an easy run. Now the thing I like about this is you've got a little bit of a coach comment here, and it tells you just things to look for. So for example, easy run, Coach Steph is telling me that my easy run is going to play a big role in my training plan. So these will become a weekly break from your harder workouts and allow you to switch off and just run. It's important to take these slow, aim to stay at a conversational pace, and save those big efforts for harder sessions. For my easy run today, listen to your body. Remember, your easy run pace can vary significantly day to day. There is no such thing as too slow, and that's bang on correct. Your easy runs should be super slow. So week one is 3.8 conversational pace, no faster than 8:55. Now my conversational pace is anywhere between 8:50 and 9:15, really, depending on what kind of train I'm running at. So that's absolutely fine. A new feature that Runna has just added is treadmill. So you can actually do your runs on a treadmill now, which was a new feature that was added a couple of months ago, which is really great. They've also started to add a start warm-up as well, which is pretty new to the Runna app, and you can have a few kind of warm-up exercises here to get ready for your run. So high knees, toe walks, walking lunges, diagonal leg swings, and clams. Fantastic. And if you want to know how to do them, there's a little video here that will show you exactly what to do.
Easy run today. Our first exercise is a glute bridge, a great exercise for firing up your glute and hamstring muscles.
Now I really like that warm-up feature. Absolutely brilliant. It didn't have this when I was doing the half marathon plans. This is pretty new from Runna and a welcome addition. Tuesday's session is 1K repeats. So the way that they structure these is like any other kind of session. You'd have a warm-up, you have your session, and then you have a cool-down. So with this particular session on the Wednesday, we've got a 2K or 1.2 mile warm-up at conversational pace. Then we've got 4 reps of 1K at 7:25 with 90 seconds off, which is just walk-in rest, and then a 1K cool-down. Again, you can do the warm-up, which are leg swings, reverse lunges, calf raises. You get the picture. We then go into Thursday, which is going to be a strength session. Friday is another kind of speed session, basically over and unders, 1K over and unders. Again, 1K warm-up at conversational pace. So then I've got 3 sets of 1K at 8:15, 1K at 7:45 times 3. That finishes out the session. You just have, then Runna is recommending a 5 to 10 minute cool-down walk. Saturday, strength, we'll go into that in a sec. And then Sunday is always going to be my long run day. So generally, Sunday long run days include some effort sessions, some efforts in there. Again, warm up, always accompanied by video. So with this particular one, on week 1, 8.7 mile long run, we've got 3.1 mile or 5K at 9:15, and then we build up the pace a little bit. We've got 2.5 miles at 8:45, 2.5 miles at 8:15, then a 1K cool down. And again, with every single session, you always get a coach's comment on things to look out for and things to work on. This one's quite big, but I really like that you're getting coach input here. And then that rounds off week 1 from the runs. We just go back and look at the strength sessions that is put in. Thursday and Saturday are my strength sessions. The good thing is about this, you can put into Runna what equipment you've got at home. I've got a kettlebell and I've got a elastic band, which I use, like a resistance band, and it basically works your workouts on exactly what you've got to use. So this is a 25 to 35 minute session. You only need a kettlebell, and this is what it's going to give you. I've got 2 sets of bodyweight squats, press-ups, heel walks and toe walks, and then 2 sets of hip thrusts and hurdle hops, and then 2 sets of plank and single arm cleans. Fantastic. Saturday, much of the same, but this is a full body session, 25 to 35 minutes. And again, all I need is a kettlebell, and it gives me all my set of exercises that we're going to be doing. When it's the day to actually do these, and I'll cover these in a later video, it does give you videos on how to do every single one in case you don't know how to do it. Now, if at any time you do want to change anything, you can always go back to your running plan, and if you feel like you're on the advanced but it's just too intensive, you can literally drop down to the intermediate plan, click that update, and it will reduce your mileage a little bit. It'll also reduce your predicted finish time, but it will kind of take some of that pressure off and reduce your mileage a little bit, but still get you around. And even clicking down to the beginner, again, it will drop your mileage content down. It will reduce what expected finish time that you have, but it'll still be a marathon plan done at a beginner pace with less mileage per week, less mileage per month, but still enough training to get you around that marathon. Okay, there we go. That is the app from Runna, and to be fair, I think it's really brilliant. It's really intuitive. I love the way that it structures your training with different types of sessions, long runs, tempo sessions, interval sessions, easy runs, and the addition of adding a strength and conditioning program in there as well, which you can see that I've done. Now, I'm hoping that the strength and conditioning combined with my running is really going to help me build not just my speed and my base endurance, but also the strength in my legs and the strength in my core, which everybody knows every runner needs to improve their overall running. Now, what I plan to do is release a video every single week based on the previous week's training, so you can see how that week's gone and how I've matched and kept to the sessions that Runna have given me. And then that's going to be kind of 16 weeks worth of videos culminating on race day in April, when hopefully we run that sub 4. I'm also going to be producing some kind of shorts and some TikTok content pretty much daily if I manage to do that, definitely on run days. So make sure you head over to TikTok as well, follow Jimo Runs there, because content will be going up there also. Now, if anybody has got any questions about Runna, I've been using it for a year. I think I'm pretty versed in it now. Please feel free to throw any questions down in the comments. I'm more than happy to help anybody with any questions around the Runna app. I'll answer them the best I can, and if I can't help, I've got access to the people at Runna through the conversation, the chat program, and I can ask questions on your behalf. Thanks for watching today's video. I really appreciate you sticking here to the end. If you have stuck here to the end, the next thing for you to do is hit that subscribe button, tap that bell icon, because you'll get notifications when I release a new video. Also, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, because it really helps place my video in front of other people searching for running content. And that's it. End of the video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Good luck with your training. Oh, and if you are in London, comment below. We definitely should meet up, or if you see me with my GoPro, come and say hello. I love talking to people on courses. Tell me all about your training. Let me know what you're up to. Maybe we can meet up at the Shakeout Run. That's meant to be really cool. But for today, that's it. Job done. Video over. Time to go out and maybe even get a run in today. See you on the next one.